Okay, hello guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Nur Muhammad Farudin Amin Mubarok, but just call me Amin or Mr. Amin. That will be fine. Okay, first, what we are going to do for today? Okay, I have something good for you. Okay, in this video, I would like to present my lesson plan and explain you what is in my lesson plan. But this lesson plan is not as usual because I was making this lesson plan based on the latest updates of the Minister of Education, Mas Nadim Makariem. You have already know that. Okay, first, just let's check it out to my lesson plan and I will explain you more. Okay, we got the lesson plan for you, and here are the lesson plan, and it will consist only 4 pages. 4 pages. And for the first one, it will be the main page or the main lesson plan. And for the others, it will be only appendixes. Okay, let's check it out. So there will be lesson plan written on it on the top and on the top left, and also written recount text because we are going to learn recount text for today's lesson, and also KD 3.7 and also KD 4.7. KD is the basic competence that is the reference of today's topic. Okay, we got also some informations about the lesson plan like school identity, SMA Hikmah Surabaya for the example, and also subject of study English of course. For the semester it is for the second one or also the even one, and also the time allocation. So it will be 2 learning hours or 45 minutes times 2. Okay, for the contents, we got the learning objective for the first. So I will only get 3 learning objectives for this lesson plan. For the first one, it will be dealing with the cognitive aspect. For the second one, it will be dealing with the skills or the psychomotor aspect. And for the third one, it will be dealing with the affective aspect. So after studying today's lesson, the students will be able or are able to, for the first, understand well. For the second, tell their past experience. So it will be dealing with the practice activity. For the last one, the students will be respectful to others, appreciative to others, and also being confident students. Okay, and for the next, we got learning activities. Okay, we got 3 activities. I divided into 3 parts. For the first one, it will be dealing with pre-activities or such as opening. For the main activities, it will be dealing like the main activity or such as explanation, exercise, having game or others. And for the post activities, it will be dealing with such as reviewing, questioning, and also checking the students' comprehension about today's lesson, and also giving a task if it is needed, and also for the last, giving closing for the lesson. Okay, for the first, before continuing to the activities, I will inform you that this lesson plan will apply constructivism learning theory, or I will start for the basic aspect to the more detailed aspect, and also I will implement genre-based approach because it is kind of text, recount text, and also I will give a project for the end of the class because I will apply project-based learning. Okay, and for the activities, we got three activities, it will be dealing like the common one, like saying greeting for opening, asking for condition, asking for praying, checking the students' attendance list, and so far and so on. And also, I will review the previous lesson to correlate it to today's lesson, so the students will be not so confused with uh, the old materials they are learning. And for the rest one, I will give such as introduction about what is or what are we going to learn for today. And for the main activities, we got several activities. For the first one, I will show several pictures to the students, and for the pictures I will show you later. And after I show the pictures, the students will guess the pictures. So what is the proper activities for the picture? So each student will get different opinion about what is in picture. And for the next, I will question several students about their activities, their real activities in the last holiday. And it will be dealing such as like question and answer, like what you were doing in your last holiday, or where did you go in your last holiday, for example. And for the next, I will explain how to make a good sentence, or how to create or how to speak a good sentences for telling past experiences. And for the next, this I will ask the students to be pair and having conversations about asking their holiday activities, such as like what I have mentioned before, like what you are doing in your last holiday, where did you go, and so far and so on. And also for the next, I will introduce recount text, because we will learn about recount text. So I will introduce for the general way, in general way. So I will tell the students what is a context, and I will show them the example of recount text, and I will show you later. And by this, the students will create a short story based on their own experiences. So after I introduce recounts and I explain how to make a good sentences, so the students will create their own story, only a short story. Probably it will not more than 100 words, probably. So for the past activities, we got reviewing the lesson, questioning students, and checks the student understanding or comprehension about the today's lesson. And also because it is PGBL, so I will ask the students to do a project. So the project will like recording a video about their holiday activities in 5 minutes only. So they will tell their past experience. So what were they doing in their last holiday, so for example, like so far and so on. And for the last one, I will close the lesson by integrating the topic, the context one, to Surah Ad-Duha in the last verse. Fa'amma bini'amati rabbika fahadith. So after learning this kind of lesson, the students will also consider that we have to share our good story to know that our good story, or our health, or our everything is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or our God. And for the last point, or the last one, is the learning assessments. So there are only two learning assessments that I am going to do in the lesson plan. So it will be portfolio in written and also spoken. The written one is creating the short story by their own, the students. And for the spoken one is the conversation that I have mentioned to you before. And for the project, because it is PGBL, so it will be recording short video that I have explained you before. And for the appendixes, for the first appendix, I also include kinds of assessments. So it will be like such as description about kinds of assessment for the written, spoken, and also the project, so far and so on. And I also include the rubric, scoring rubric for the writing one and also for the speaking one. For the more detail, I will attach the files in this video in below. And I also attach sample pictures, but it is also it is only the samples. So I will provide more pictures to my students. So I also attach the general information or general material about the context, such as generic structure, language features, and so far and so on. And for the last, it is the example of the good recontext that is for the example for the students to know what is or how to create the good story of recontext. So I attach 2 examples.
Okay, that's all for me, and thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this lesson plan can be beneficial for you as a teacher or even as students or other people, and I hope that you can give such comments in below, and hopefully I can improve my skill to create the better lesson plan, also the good one. And goodbye, Amin, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.